Hey everybody, welcome to Home Recording Made Easy and Plugin Review Sunday, where every Sunday I show you a brand new plugin, we walk through its feature set, and I show you how to apply it to a mix so you can make better mixes in your home studio. Okay, before we get started, if you like what you see in this video, please consider subscribing and make sure you hit the notification bell, and also stick around to the end of the video because I have a free gift worth about $210 to help you make better mixes in your home studio, so stick around. Okay, everybody, welcome. So this week on Plugin Review Sunday, we're going to take a look at another one of the Audified ToneSpot series plugins. This one is the ToneSpot Voice Express. Now, if you go back in the archive, and link will be in the description box below, the playlist of plugin reviews, I did a full review of the ToneSpot Voice Pro probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was episode 1 actually of Plugin Sunday Review. That is the bigger brother, if you will, to the ToneSpot Voice Express. So if I show you what the ToneSpot Voice Pro looks like, that's this plugin here with all the knobs all broken down into usable sections to really get a really good vocal track all in one plugin, which is fantastic. All their ToneSpot series has the Pro, which has the exact same layout as you see here. And then the smaller brother is the Express. Now, what I like about the Express as opposed to the Pro is that if you don't really want to understand or really get into understanding compression, EQ, saturation, and all those other things that us geeky engineers know about, mixing engineers, and you're just someone that says, hey, I just want to throw this on my vocal, I want to pick a couple of presets, I want to get something that sounds good enough, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I don't need to know all the stuff underneath the hood. Then the Express series, the ToneSpot Express series, is for you. Whether you have the voice or whether you have the acoustic guitar one, the bass one, the drums one, the electric guitar one, the whole ToneSpot series is excellent all-in-one plugin. Some of the best all-in-one plugins I've seen. So let me walk you through what the ToneSpot Voice Express does. Real simple. Left-hand side, thing that I love about Audified that not a lot of plugin manufacturers do is you can change the size of the plugin depending on the size of the screen you're working on. Right now it's at 150%. If I click on this little magnifying glass, this is what it's defaulted at. But if you're an old guy like me who can't see very well, or you're sitting farther enough away from the computer, you could go all the way up to 200%. Look at that. That's beautiful. Every plugin manufacturer should do this. I don't know why they don't, but they don't. So you have a bunch of different sizes, 50%, 75, 100, 125, 150, 200. So if you're using a laptop small screen, maybe you would shrink it down. Big screen, enough real estate, larger one. I like 150 is kind of a nice sweet spot. Okay, great. Next to that, we have all our presets, and we're going to cycle through some of these. Now, again, the Express series, you're dealing only with presets, and their presets are awesome. You know, again, not a lot of plugins have really good presets. Most of the presets kind of terrible, or some plugin manufacturers will have presets that are kind of a starting point, and then you got to tweak the thing to death to get it to sound good. What's great about this plugin, there's not a lot of tweaking, right? The presets are very usable. Everything from categories called the essentials, which we'll look at some of these for rap vocals, general vocals, speech for maybe like narration, ebooks, podcasts, those kinds of things, and then a set of special effects if you want to do something crazy with your voice. Okay, so those are really cool. Next to that, we have this little bell, and this will tell you if there's any other notifications or anything like that. You can look at that here. We have our little wrench here, which will bring you to the user manual. You can visit their website. You could do all of that stuff. Real simple. Underneath this, we have our channel, left, right, channel selector. We have our input here. We have this thing, AGC, automatic gain control, which means you can just push this, it'll gray out the input knob, and it does everything automatically, which is kind of nice. In the center, we have our nice meter, our VU meter. And the way that we're going to meter this is you can look right above it. We have our selector switch. Now, when it's all the way to the left, your you're monitoring, or the VU meter is for the input. In the center, it would be the gain reduction meter, and on the far right will be the output meter. So we're going to keep it on gain reduction for now. Underneath that, we have our delay. Now, depending on what preset we use, if we have our delay, we could turn our delay on and off depending on the preset, and I'll show that to you. We have our wet dry mix, which is really nice. So if you're using reverb and delay on some of the presets, you don't have to have it full wet. You could dial in some of the dry signal if you want that effect to be a little more subtle, which is cool. We'll take a look at that as well. Then we have our output knob here with our automatic gain control. Again, that will disable the output. It'll automatically level match it for you. And then we have our power switch. Okay, real simple. So let's listen to this on a vocal that has absolutely nothing on it at all. No plugins at all. It's just a lead vocal track of a session that I'm using for the live mixing series that I do on YouTube, which you can check the links in the description box below. Live mixing series usually happens every Saturday night where I mix a song live on YouTube, different sections of the song, and people participate and we talk about stuff. It's really cool. Check the links in the description box. That's what this session is from. Here is a little bit of the lead vocal track here.
This is my
Moving around here.
time goes by and he can't let go. It's been running from this too long.
Cool, kind of an R&B, kind of a male vocal, right? So let's pick a preset. Let's go to vocals. And let's just pick, like, for this particular song, which I'll bring this in the context of a mix in a second, Arena Rock Bright isn't really going to be appropriate, but let's just listen to what that does.
And it can't help to come back time when heaven would embrace his mind.
So we're on the gain reduction meter. You can see we're compressing an awful lot. Now, the way you adjust the amount of compression beyond what's in the preset is by the input. So if you want more compression, you'll dial up more input and then dial down the output to level match the plugin. If you want less compression, you're going to turn down the input and then turn up the output to level match it. So let me show you that part of it. And for now, I'm going to take the wet dry mix. I'm going to turn it all the way to dry so we don't hear any effects.
Consuming it tainted longer.
So let's say we want a little less compression.
Days, daylight. Time goes by and he can't let go.
Then we can bypass it.
It's been running from this too long.
Okay, so let's turn up the output.
And it can't help to come back time when heaven would embrace his mind. Consuming it tainted longer. For days, daylight.
Okay, so by turning down the input will give us less compression or more compression, and then you use that in conjunction with the output knob. So when you bypass the plugin and you bring the plugin in and out, you have about the same volume level when you're listening for compression. So that's the way you control the amount of compression. Okay, that's not so obvious unless you read the manual. So I wanted to show that to you.
Time goes by and he can't let go.
So I want a little more compression maybe.
It's been running from this too long.
And we'll turn down the output a little.
And it can't help to come back time when heaven would embrace his mind.
That's before.
Consuming it tainted longer. For days.
Okay, so that's our compression. Now, on this particular one, we had a lot of reverb and delay there, and I turned it to 100% dry. But let's say we just want a little wetness. Maybe we pull this back to like 70%.
Daylight. Time goes by and he can't let go. It's been running from this too long.
Okay, so you can use that knob to dial it in. So that's one preset. And that's all the real controls there are here, which is great. So we could go through and let's try something else. This is more of a pop vocal. Maybe we can do something like pop, bright, dry, modern, universal with a delay plate, delay room. Let's try universal vocal with a delay plate.
And it can't help to come back time when heaven would embrace his mind.
So right now we have no compression happening because we had turned down the input from the last preset. So let's turn back up the input. Let's get a little compression and then we'll turn down the output to level match it.
Consuming it tainted longer. For days, daylight. Time goes by and he can't let go.
It's before here.
It's been running from this too long.
Now you can also hit the sync button and you can change it. This was at half notes. You can change it to say quarter notes. You could change it to eighth notes, eighth note triplets, quarter note triplets.
And it can't help to come back time.
Okay, so you can use this feedback knob, or again, dry mix control, to make the amount of delay reverb that you want. So the best thing to do is just go through and check out a bunch of presets. So let's bring in our drums, our bass, and our guitar here. Again, this is not a fully mixed song. Let's just kind of let it sit in the context of the mix here.
Where heaven would embrace his mind, consuming it, tainted longer. For days, daylight, time goes by and he can't let go. He's been running from this too long, and he can't help to come back time where heaven would embrace his mind, consuming it, tainted longer. For days, daylight.
So it's a smooth preset, and it has a little bit more of a room reverb to it.
Time goes by.
Oops.
And he can't let go. He's been running from this too.
Actually, that has no effect on it at all. That was under the essentials. So let's say you wanted something like a body cut, which will give you a little bit roll off on the low end.
Long, and he can't help to come back time where heaven would embrace his mind, consuming it, tainted longer.
So that doesn't even have a compressor. That's just an EQ portion of it. So again, there's a lot of different types of presets here to kind of find what you like. And that's what I like about the Express, is that you don't have to know a lot about compression and EQ. You don't have to do that. Now, some of it, to be completely transparent, is that you're also going to have a little bit of limitation. You're going to mess around with a bunch of presets and you might find one that's perfect. You probably will, but if you don't, you might find something that's kind of close, but you wish you had a little more of this or a little less of that. That's where you may want to consider the Pro. And I did a full review on this episode 1 of Plugin Review Sunday, where you have full control over everything from the character to the de-esser to the compression to the EQ to the effects, reverbs, and delays separately. You have everything. A lot more knobs, but a lot more control. If you don't want that and you just want something all-in-one that does it all under the hood, the ToneSpot Voice Express is very, very usable, very, very good, just like the rest of their ToneSpot series. Okay, so that is a quick look at our Audified ToneSpot Voice Express. Again, go check it out. Links will be in the description box below. You could demo the plugin and you could decide, do you want the Express or do you want the Pro? Go watch episode 1 and you'll get to see the full review on the Pro and you could decide for yourself. I tend to personally lean more towards the Pro because I like the extra controls, but it really depends on what you need. They sound exactly the same engine under the hood in both models. The only difference is you get a lot more hands-on manual control on the Pro version versus the Express. Okay, so check it out. Links will be in the description box below. Now, I want to thank you, as always, every Sunday. I want to thank you for staying through and watching the entire video. You're probably watching this if you watched it when it first released on a Sunday morning, and you may have your cup of coffee, and I want to thank you for joining me for Sunday morning's Plugin Review Sunday. I want to give you 2 free gifts. First thing I want to do is I want you to go out to homerecordingmadeeasy.com. I want to give you 5 free mixing training courses. Yes, 5 free courses. It's my gift to you for visiting homerecordingmadeeasy.com. It's right on the homepage. You'll create yourself a user account. You'll get a confirmation email. You'll have 5 courses worth about $200 free to you, so you could start demoing all these different plugins from Plugin Review Sunday in actual multi-tracks, different styles of music. You'll really, really dig it. Second thing I want to give you is I'd like to give you a coupon code. I want to give you 25% off any one of my training courses on my website. All you have to do is use the coupon code YouTube25. It'll come up on the screen here in a second. YouTube25 takes off 25%. Use it at checkout. After you get your 5 free courses, you'll create an account. You can purchase a course. It'll all be under your one account at homerecordingmadeeasy.com. And last but certainly not least, If you want to learn the craft of mixing in a very non-technical way where we dive down deep into these plugins and we talk about mixing concepts and techniques, you get new audio files every single month and we mix a different song together. Plus, we have a monthly mixing contest where I'm giving away Audified plugin licenses. So you have a chance to win hundreds of dollars worth of plugins and studio gear every month. Check out mixingmadeeasy.net. And I want to hear from you. Do you use any of the Audified ToneSpot series of plugins? If you do, leave me some comments below. Which ones do you have and which ones do you like? Which ones don't you like? Do you find something, as far as these all-in-one plugins, is there another type of plugin that you use that will compete with this Audified ToneSpot Voice, the Pro and the Express? Let me know below what you guys use. I'd like to check it out for myself. And until next Plugin Review Sunday, I've been Dave with HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com and MixingMadeEasy.net, and I will see you next Sunday. Take care.